So in today's video, I'll show you how to unbox and set up the Xtool F1 laser engraver. And I'll also show you how to set it up with your computer and run your first engraving job. And if you're looking to buy the F1 or the Xtool air purifier, which I'm also going to be unboxing, I'll leave links right below the video, so feel free to check those out. So I'm going to go ahead and open the box up. Let's see what's inside. So I've gone ahead and removed the outer cardboard packaging, and you'll find another box on the inside, and that seems to be the actual box of the F1. And opening that box is pretty simple. There's this little tab up here. We're going to pull on that tab and then pull it all the way across to open the box up. And once that's opened up, the first thing you'll notice is the quick start guide. And then there's a booklet with safety instructions. And there's also a little cleaning cloth. And then I'm going to remove this foam cover on top. And inside here, I have four green boxes with the Xtool logo on them. And last but not least, the machine itself. And let's see what's inside these boxes. And one of these boxes seems to contain a part of the power adapter. And the next little box contains the USB cable and the power cord. And the next medium-sized green box contained the cutting slats and those sample engravable materials. And the last and largest box contains a hose for the exhaust. And this is super useful, especially if you purchased the optional air purifier, which I did, and I'll show you that in a minute. And the next item is super useful. This is the lockout USB drive. So if this isn't plugged into the machine will not operate. It's a safety feature, super important. You don't want to lose this. And then there appears to be something which I believe is a lubricant in a little tube. And I've gotten the machine itself out of its outer plastic packaging. And once I took the machine out, another thing I noticed was that the key that was provided inside the box, the lockout USB key, this seems to be an extra one in case you lose the original. So you definitely want to save this because there's one already plugged into the machine. And the first thing we're going to remove to get the machine prepped and ready for use is to remove this yellow sticker up here. Pull on this tab and let's remove that piece of tape. And next we're going to remove these pieces of tape here that extend all the way down around the side. And I'm going to peel that piece of tape off. And there's one more piece up here and peel that off as well. And there's one more piece of tape with a yellow tab on the other side. And next I'm going to lift the actual cover of the F1. And then we're going to remove these pieces of protective foam. And inside one of these pieces of protective foam is the actual removable engraving window and the little fixture for repeatability. And that little panel with threads on top just sits in this little window here. And you can actually remove this if you want to engrave through to an item underneath the Xtool F1. So having that removable window is super useful, and the provided fixturing tool can go into any of these threads here and screws in, so you can actually do repeatable engraving jobs. So I'm just going to screw this down into this corner up here. And again, that can be moved depending on your job or removed entirely if you don't need it. And then I'm going to plug the power cord into the power adapter. And then I'm going to plug the connector on the power adapter into the back of the machine itself. Now, before we go any further with the setup of the F1, let's just unbox the desktop smoke purifier. Now, as I mentioned earlier, this is an optional accessory, but one that I highly recommend for your own safety. If you're like me and you really don't have a place to vent your engraver, I highly recommend getting this. And again, I'll leave a link right below the video, so feel free to check that out. And once you've got the air purifier out of the box, what you'll find is a manual, the power adapter and power cable, two USB cables, the air purifier itself, another hose, which is pretty much identical to the hose that came with the F1, and what appears to be another set of filters. And folks, just to confirm, these two filters that come with the air purifier are two extra pre-filters. You already have one pre-filter and the HEPA filter installed in the air purifier, so there's nothing to install in the air purifier. These are just spares. To begin setting up the air purifier, I'm going to plug the power cord into the power adapter and then plug the power connector into the jack on the back of the air purifier. And then we're going to connect one end of the cable, which is marked for Xtool F1 only. This is the USB-C to USB-C cable, and we're going to plug that into the USB port on the back here. Now the next step is to plug the hose into the intake port, and just one thing to note, this up top is the intake port and that is the actual exhaust port. You want to plug it into the intake port, and then we're going to connect the provided hose into the intake port, and that's just a friction fit. I'm going to push it in and that's pretty much it. And then we're going to plug the other end of the USB cable that we just connected to the air purifier into the air purifier port on the back of the F1. And just to note, this will ensure that the air purifier runs as soon as you run the F1. So the air purifier is pretty much automatic, and that's pretty cool. And then I'm going to plug the hose that we just plugged into the input port on the air purifier into the exhaust port on the F1. And again, it's just a friction fit. And you also want to disengage your emergency stop. And the way to do that is to simply turn it clockwise, and you'll notice that it pops out, and this tells you that the emergency stop has been deactivated. Obviously, to stop the machine in an emergency, you would just press this in and it would shut the machine off. But in our case, we want it to run, so we're going to turn this clockwise till it pops out. And the next step in the process is to plug the USB-C end of the provided USB-C to USB-A cable into the right hand side of the F1. And there are actually two USB-C ports on the side of the F1, and the port we're going to plug it into is the port with that little computer monitor symbol, and let's plug that in. And now it's finally time to plug the cord from the air purifier and the Xtool F1 into a power outlet. And let's power on the Xtool F1 by pressing down on the power button. And I'm also going to turn the air purifier on by pressing the power button. And one additional note, when your Xtool air purifier is connected to the F1, you should notice a blue LED right next to that little connected icon. And this ensures that the air purifier will automatically run as soon as the F1 begins processing. And there's one last thing to do before we start setting it up on our computer. And to do that, I'm going to raise this shield. And there's a little lens cover or protector up here, and I'm going to remove that. And we're going to plug the other end into our desktop or laptop. Now, in case your desktop or laptop is a newer one that doesn't have a USB-A port on it, you can always use a USB-A to USB-C dongle, or you could always just replace this cable with a USB-C to USB-C cable. And I'll leave links to both those options below, so feel free to check those out. And at this point, you'll notice that your Xtool F1 and the actual Xtool air purifier are both powered on, and the F1 is connected to your laptop or desktop, and we'll do the rest of the setup on a computer. So let's go do that. Now I'm using a Windows computer to set this up, but you can always set it up using a Mac or a Windows computer, and the setup process is pretty much identical. And to begin the setup process, I'm going to open up a web browser window, and I'm going to go to xtool.com. And once that site opens up, I'm going to move my mouse all the way up to where it says software, and then scroll down to where it says software down here, and then select the Xtool Creative Space. Click on that. And once that page opens up, let's click the download button. And that takes you down to the various options that you have to download the software. You have software, as you can see, for Windows, Mac OS, both Intel and the M chips. You also have apps available for the iPad and for Android. In my case, I'm just going to click on Windows and wait for that to download. So once it's done downloading, I'm going to open up the file and then begin the installation process and give it a few minutes to install. So once the software is done downloading, I highly recommend restarting the computer. So I'm going to go and click on my Windows tile icon and then restart the machine. So once the computer has restarted, I'm going to open up Xtool Creative Space, and next you'll notice that an Xtool Creative Space window opens up and it wants you to agree to their terms and conditions. I'm going to tap agree to move on, and it opens up the software and it says welcome to XCS, start your journey to laser creation here, and I'm going to click skip so I can skip the tour. I'm going to full screen that window and then click new project, and once I've done that, it opens up a blank canvas or project. And the first thing I'm going to do is click on that green Connect Device button, and it scans for an F1 that may be connected to this computer, and it's found one, as you can see here. I'm going to click on that, and once you do that, you'll notice at the top right hand corner the Xtool F1 that we just connected to appears here, and you'll also notice that the workspace has changed to reflect the workspace of the F1. At this point, if you just want to use it via USB, you pretty much don't need to do anything else. You can go ahead and set up your job. Now, most of you will probably want to connect to this device using Wi-Fi, just so you don't have to be plugged into the device at all times. And to do that, I'm going to go to where it says Xtool F1 on the right hand side of the screen. Go to that little icon there where it looks like a little hex, and that's your device settings. I'm going to click on that. And then where it says basic settings, the tab where it says basic settings on the left, I'm going to scroll down to where it says Wi-Fi setting, and I'm going to click on setting, and then it asks you what network you'd like the device to connect to, and then I'm going to scroll down and select my network. In my case, it is Vortex. Then I'm going to enter the password and then click next, and then it lets you know that the Wi-Fi configuration is complete. And I'm also going to click connect with Wi-Fi, and I've actually disconnected my USB cable, and as you can see here, the Xtool F1 is still connected to my computer via Wi-Fi. And another thing you'll notice, as soon as it connects to the computer via Wi-Fi or USB, is that that LED ring right next to the focus adjustment will turn a solid blue. And once we're done with that, we're pretty much ready to run our first engraving job. And for our first engraving job, I'm going to use one of these black coated metal business cards, and this came with the pack of sample materials, and I'm going to use this because this is pretty simple to engrave. And I'm going to go ahead and place this right up against that fixture that I had screwed in. And as soon as you do that, you'll notice that there is a red dot and a blue dot on the material, and this is what we'll use to adjust our focus. And to adjust the focus, I'm going to use this knob on the right hand side, and I'm going to turn it to move the focusing system up and down. And when turning that knob, the eventual objective to getting this into focus is to ensure that the red dot is right on top of the blue dot. So they both have to be aligned with each other, or rather on top of each other. So I'm going to go ahead and adjust that. And as you can see here, the red dot is now right on top of the blue dot, which means that you've set the focus level. And for my first job, I'm going to do a simple test engrave. And I'm just going to go ahead and create a little text box. Click on the text box icon, and let's create a text box right in there. I'm going to move it to roughly the middle, and we will reposition this. And I'm going to type in just the name of my channel. And that's pretty big, and it shows you what the size is. It shows you that it is 139.47 millimeters wide. Now I know that the business card that I'm engraving is only 85 millimeters by 53 millimeters wide. So I'm going to go ahead and just resize that. So let's resize that to about 75 millimeters. Hit enter. And as you can see, it's resized it. And I'm going to move that kind of roughly to where I feel it's going to be engraving. And once I've moved that text, I'm going to go and ensure that on the menu on the right hand side, so I want to have that text box selected. There's a menu on the right hand side, and I want to ensure that I've picked engrave and not score or cut, because I'm not looking to cut the material or just do an outline. I am looking to engrave the whole thing, which is just this simple text. And I also want to select the material. So on the top right hand corner, it says unknown material. I'm going to click on that. And then if I scroll down, I'll actually find the black metal business card, because these were all the sample items that were provided with the kit. So those are under the popular materials tab. So I'm going to click on that and then click confirm to select that. And you'll notice that as soon as that happens, it actually goes ahead ahead and select the power level and speed that is optimal to engrave this. Now the next step is to know kind of how this is going to be positioned on our card, and Xtool gives us a pretty ingenious way to position it on the business card exactly how we want it. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the framing button. Now as soon as you hit that framing option, what it does is it kind of outlines that, and I don't know if you can see it, but there's this little blue outline. I'm going to move the card out of the way so you can actually see that blue outline and how it lines up. And if you notice, right now, it's not all on the card. It's kind of off to the left. A little bit of it is off to the left. And we can actually go into the software and shift it a little to the right so that it lines up better with the business card. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. All right, folks, I've jumped back into the software. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the logo and I'm going to move it a little off to the right and see how the framing looks right now. And as you can see now, that blue framing rectangle has moved off to the right, and that reflects the change that we just made. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to push my material over it. It's kind of hard to see on camera, but you can actually see a faint blue rectangle on the material. It's very hard to see just because of the black surface of the material, but I assure you there is a blue rectangle and it seems to be positioned reasonably well. I could move it down a little bit, but for my first engrave, I'm going to just try this out and see how it works. And there's a few more safety steps to handle before the machine starts engraving. Let's pull down the safety cover so we don't have to directly see the laser doing its job. And in the software, as soon as I'm ready to go, I'm going to click the green process button, click on that. And on the next page, once you hit the process option, you'll notice that it generates a preview of how it's going to go about engraving your item. And for the next step, I'm going to click start. And then when you're ready to go, you're going to press this button in to start the job. There you go, the job is complete, and that took a total of 37 seconds. Pretty darn quick. So I'm going to go ahead, open the cover up and see how it performed. And there you go, folks. As you can see, it did an absolutely amazing job of engraving this. This is really well done. I'm very impressed with this. And folks, that pretty much completes the unboxing and setup of the Xtool F1. Your F1 is now ready to use. And as I mentioned earlier, I'll leave links to the F1 and the air purifier right below the video, so feel free to check those out. And if you have any questions or comments about the setup process, please leave me a comment below. Hope this has been useful. If it has, please give this video a big thumbs up, and please also consider subscribing for more videos about the Xtool F1. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.